About marriage thing.
Monsieur, c'est pas vous qui apportez nos présents comme ça.
I don't think you're going to speak like that.
Il me passe pour si connaît garçon qui connaît autorité mon garçon dans ma guerre, pas connaît ça.
I don't know you know authority of men and of marriage.
Il fait un petit
I was shocked.
Anyway,
Amen. Listen, our brother. Amen. That was just a happy Sabbath again.
Happy Sabbath.
That was just, I got a timer here. Yes, that was just a very little bit. There are laws of marriage that Moses set. When you enter a marriage as a man, and when you enter a marriage as a woman, there are laws and rights involved with that.
And
when you have a child outside of marriage, like a lot of like a lot of people have kids and they're not married, there's a lot of rights you lose regarding that. You can't claim anything. Yeah, that's according to the laws of Moses. So, unfortunately, in the churches, they don't cover these things. Unfortunately. And then you have Christians that's supposed to be the light for the society. And the society is running upside down. And the answer is in here. Like what you just read, that word became flesh. The laws are there, the rights are there, but we don't inform the world. So you have a lot of kids being born, but if you're born out of wedlock, it's a shame. But the society is upside down. What God looks down upon, the United States think it's good. I know it's not on the topic. When you live with a woman before you marry her, it's a disrespect to her family and God as well. You understand? So, and this is what's all in the United States. And if you go check, it started in Europe, Western Europe. Not Eastern, Western. The West is a problem. And then it spread in America. And we think it's pretty and cute to do. But there's a condemnation coming, an embarrassment coming. And then in this war, a lot of things is going to be exposed themselves. Yes, it's big because last year when I did part 2, I didn't get to finish. You asked me what is the reason of wars. God uses wars, and we're going to get. We'll look at the verses. God uses wars to punish society, to punish families, to punish nations, and individuals as well. And that is coming. There's a massive punishment coming for the United States of America and for Western Europe. Yeah, massive. Do not think that the crimes they did against blacks, they did the crimes they did against the native people, is washed away in heaven. It's a sword hanging over Western Europe and the United States of America. And that sword is about to drop. It's about to. You guys are going to see things in this country that we never dreamed that could happen. So let me just wrap up with World War II. After World War II, the United Nations was formed. The World War II shocked so many people. They were shocked. So shocked. They said they need to form a United Nations to prevent World War III. But without Christ, you can't prevent wars and division. After when Hitler invaded the USSR, and I got the paper right here.
Hitler envahit Russie.
There was a Nazi occupation of Ukraine.
Nazi était occupé Ukraine.
I'm giving this to you to let you. And I had given copies last time. So you can understand what's causing the problem between Vladimir Putin and NATO. Documents show that the CIA was using the Nazis in eastern Ukraine for years.
The Nazis
in Ukraine. Against the Soviet Union. Yeah, they were using them. They don't like the Nazis. But at that time, the Nazis were not in power. After Hitler disappeared. But Russia came with the Soviet Union. And they were practically unstoppable. So the Nazis there, they were using the Nazis as a buffer against the Soviet Union. And they're still here today. The Nazis, for whatever reason, do not like the Russians. They hate Jews. Even more, but they just don't, they think the Russians should be like under them. So back in 2014, they, in Ukraine, let me explain first, just quickly, so I can wrap up. Ukraine and Russia, they share the same cultures. A lot of Ukrainians speak Russian, and a lot of Russians speak Ukrainian. But the problem is the Nazis. They don't call them Nazis today. They call them the Avestal group. Yeah, the Avestal group. They're there today. And again, if it was not for the documents, NATO and America would deny it, but they were using that group. Even until 2014, 2015, 2016, as an agitation against Russia. Putin spoke to the United Nations several times that these Nazis were killing Russians. Yeah, they killed 14,000 Russians since 2014. 14,000. Yeah, so they just don't like the Russians, and they were causing a lot of problems. And another issue, NATO kept expanding east. When the Soviet Union disbanded in 1990, 91, 89. Remember, you had Gorbachev. He was the premier of the Soviet Union. The premier, the leader. And then after him, we had Boris Yeltsin. He took over after Gorbachev. They said, okay, if you stop disband the Soviet Union, we're going to make peace. And then they told Gorbachev and Russia, don't worry, we will not expand. The NATO will not expand to your border. They did the opposite. They did the opposite. They kept expanding. Other countries kept joining. And then they wanted Ukraine to join NATO. That was the red line. Alexander Putin said Ukraine is not joining NATO. And they were still trying to get Ukraine to join NATO. So back in 2021, after Trump lost the election to Biden, Vladimir Putin invaded Ukraine. Yeah, and I don't agree with war, but they were persecuting the Russians for years. This is documented. They didn't keep their word when they say NATO would not expand east. And this is what's causing the problem right now in Europe. It came to a point back in 2022 where they were going to make a peace. Zelensky said he would accept Putin's term to stop the war. This is all public information. The last Prime Minister of England, not Keir Starmer right now, the former guy. I don't remember his name.
Boris something.
Boris Johnson.
Yeah.
Boris Johnson.
Yeah. He flew. He flew to Ukraine. And President Macron as well. He's not innocent. And Biden and all of them told them, don't make the peace with Russia. They told Zelensky. And then now the war continued. So Putin just issued a statement. Did y'all see the news this week? Because after Ukraine sent some drones and struck a university college and killed 20-something girls and students. Did y'all see that news?
Oh, I know about this. I watch news.
Yeah.
I know. I don't sleep. I watch
Putin gave. Putin gave a proclamation that all statesmen, politicians, everybody, they better leave Kyiv.
Oh, il dit pour quitter Kyiv en repos?
Yeah, no, they have to leave.
Oh.
They're going to wipe Kyiv out.
Oh, Kyiv
Kyiv is the capital of Ukraine.
Oh, il dit pour tout le monde quitter Kyiv.
You know, you got Americans there right now.
Oh, American Ukraine.
Yeah, they're helping, they're talking, they're trying to, you know, they have the embassy, you got Germans, they're Canadians. He told all of them, leave to save your life. So you're about to see Ukraine get pummeled. So that's the situation. So let me move to the Palestine situation. And I'm going to wrap up to let you know where we stand. And I'm reading here. This is from the United Nations. I gave y'all copies of this last time. Let me read it quickly, then I'm going to let you come. It says the question of Palestine was brought before the United Nations shortly after the end of the Second World War. Exactly. And let me, I can't read all of this, so let me jump. Okay, now I'm going to explain the mandate. There was a mandate to because you know the Jews, wherever they go, they get kicked out. Wherever they go, all over Europe, everywhere they go. So they wanted a place for them after World War II. So they said, well, you know, you could go back to your homeland. But the problem is, since they got kicked out by the Romans in 70 AD, remember the war, after Christ, 70 AD.
After Christ.
Yeah, 70 AD. Other people came and took the land. The Palestinians and other groups were there. So, listen to this. So, England wanted to send them back, but there were people there. The Palestinians that's there today. It says, this is from the United Nations. The decision on the mandate mandate did not take into account the wishes of the Palestinian people. Exactly. There is a problem. They did, yeah. Despite the covenant's requirements that the wishes of these communities must be a principal consideration in the selection of the mandatory. In other words, they gave the mandate, they said, respect the Palestinian people, but they did not. When England sent the Jews there, they just came and pushed their way. And the Jews went and just pushed their way when they left Europe, they just pushed their way and displaced the Palestinians. Let me read this quickly for you. 1 second. What impact? Remember, I gave you all this. This is a question the paper says. What impact did it have on the Palestinians? Listen to this. The Balfour Declaration is widely seen as the precursor to the 1948 Palestinian Nakba. That's what the Jews call Nakba. When Zionist armed groups, Zionists, who were trained by the British, they were trained by the British, forcibly expelled, forcibly kicked out. More than 750,000 Palestinians from their homeland.
750,000 Palestiniens sortis dans pays.
Is that not an injustice?
To
go and just push people out.
Okay.
Let me read some more. Despite some opposition within the war cabinet. So there were people in England that said, be careful, if you send the Jews just like that, they're going to push the people out. So despite some good British people saying, don't do this, the British government still chose to issue the declaration. More importantly, the British allowed the Jews to establish in self-governing institutions, such as the Jewish Agency, to prepare themselves for a state when it came to it. But listen to this. While the Palestinians were forbidden from doing so. So the British and Americans and Europe allowed the Jews to set up all these things. And they told the Palestinians, you can't do it. In their own territory. Listen to this. Paving the way for the 1948 ethnic cleansing of Palestine. So, can anybody tell me, or can anybody justify that what's going on right now is not ethnic cleansing? What can we call this? Right now, Gaza is being wiped out. The This is extermination.
C'est une extermination.
It's against the laws of the United Nations.
C'est contre loi des Nations Unies.
But yet it's going on.
Mais c'est ça qu'a fait.
Can this be justified?
Est-ce que qu'a justifié ça?
What do we say?
Ça nous dit.
One person said, no, you can't justify this.
Because
already you see
déjà ouais.
There was partiality. There was bigotry.
Il y a une partialité là.
And I'm going to say something. Because the Jews, the so-called Jews, were white, and the Palestinians were of a darker complexion. They were natives. They were pushed out. Yeah, they were pushed out. The same way they pushed out the natives here in this country. The same way they wanted to take Iran. Yeah, it's just to go take the oil.
The same way they take the Haitian that put in Haiti. They put up to take our airport.
That's another thing. Yeah, we're gonna. I got 9 minutes. I'm gonna comment. They thought that Iran was going to be easy because President Trump went into Venezuela, kidnapped a president, bring it here. Netanyahu told Trump, don't worry, you can take Iran in 1 week. 4 days. The general, at that, not the current one, Trump fired this one. The previous one told Trump, do not do this. If you're going to go into Iran, it's going to be a massive war and it's going to take a long time. You're going to have to send like 1.3 million men into there to invade. Bombs won't do it alone. Just dropping bombs because Iran is too big, too strong. You're going to have to send 1.2, 1.3 million men. And then he said it's not guaranteed you're going to defeat Iran. You'll do a lot of damage. Trump fired that general, but the current guy. And we're in the mess we're in today. Iran is allied with China and Russia. They've been allied for years now. Years ago, people told America that Russia and China will not allow you to take Iran. I mean, it's going to be difficult just to defeat Iran by itself. But I'm telling you, if it looks like Iran is going to collapse, it's not going to happen. And China and Russia will not let that happen. That's going to be World War III. What happened in Ukraine now, when the massive strike that Russia is about to do in Kyiv, I'm not sure NATO is going to sit by and do nothing. That could also be World War III. And unfortunately, the stuff about the airport, the pictures, somebody leaked the pictures that America has sent planes and ships and setting up a base over there. With what permission? Who gave them permission to do this? Does anyone know? What person who worked with Homeland Security, but they were Human Trafficking Division, as one of my co-workers told me, that America did that because they were going to, after Iran, they were going to go to Cuba next. That's what they were planning to take Venezuela, Iran, and then Cuba, and Greenland also. So, Greenland as well. So, what happened is, the person revealed they were going to strike Cuba from Haiti. That's why they have that base there. So when the Cubans strike, they have some warplanes and some bombs pointed at Miami. Instead of striking at Miami, they would have to strike that base in Haiti. It was a diversion. This is the disrespect the Western nations have for Native people. And this is why, when we look at part 2, and I'm going to finish, this is why the war is going to be fought. The Western nations are going to be beat down. They're going to be crushed. And then God's kingdom is going to come after that. So I'm going to stop. And this is before 30 minutes. So it's 26 minutes. So, and part 2, we'll look at verses that explains why God allows war.